Today we will be discussing the latest findings from the Oxfam International's annual inequality reports on India. The report titled Survival of the Richest reveals that richest 1% in India now own more than 40% of the country's total wealth, while the bottom half of the population together share just 3% of the wealth. Welcome to Legacy IAS Academy's YouTube channel. Let's go much deeper to analyze the report further. The report suggests that taxing India's 10 richest persons like Gautam Adani, Mukesh Ambani, Radha Kishan Damani and others at 5% can fetch enough money to bring children back to school. A one-off the tax on unrealized gains from 2017 to 2021 on just one billionaire, that is Gautam Adani, could have raised rupees 1.79 lakh crore, enough to employ more than 5 million, that is 50 lakh Indian primary school teachers for a year. Again, the issue here is that reports take unrealized gains into account, just like you have invested in the stock markets or mutual fund, but you have not booked the profit. This is called unrealized profit, as it is not fixed and it depends on the movement of the stock market. As you can lose entire money or you can increase the profit also according to the market performance. For example, the Elon Musk lost between $180 billion to $200 billion since November 2021, which is almost equal to the net worth of the first two richest people in India, that is Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Adani. Additionally, the report states that if India's billionaires were taxed once at 2% on their entire wealth, it would support the requirement of rupees 40,423 crore for the nutrition of the malnourished in the country for the next 3 years. One example I want to share from the same report regarding the world's richest, that is Elon Musk. So Elon Musk paid a true tax report of just 3.27% from 2014 to 2018, according to ProPublica. The decades of tax cuts for the richest and corporations have fueled the inequality. With the poorest people in many countries, they are paying higher tax rates than the billionaires. On gender inequality, the report found that female workers earn only 63 paisa for every 1 rupee a male worker earns. Citing a nationwide survey by Fight Inequality Alliance India, in 2021, Oxfam said it found that more than 80% of the people in India support tax on the rich and the corporations who earned record profits during this COVID-19 pandemic. Again, the problem with this survey is that those supporting this survey, they do not belong to the rich category. But the World Bank says we are likely seeing the biggest increase in the global inequality in poverty since World War II. Entire countries are facing bankruptcy, with the poorest countries now spending 4 times more in repaying the debt to the rich creditors than on healthcare. Half of the world's billionaires live in countries with no inheritance tax for direct descendants. They will pass on $5 trillion tax-free treasure chest to their children, more than the GDP of Africa, which will drive a future generation of aristocratic elites. Rich people's income is mostly unearned, derived from the returns on their assets, yet it is fixed on average at 18%, just over half as much as the average top tax rates on the wages and salaries. The report shows that taxes on the wealthiest used to be much higher. Over the last 40 years, governments across Africa, Asia, Europe and America, they have slashed the income tax rates on the richest. At the same time, they have increased the taxes on goods and services, for example GST, which fall disproportionately on the poorest people, and it will definitely increase gender inequality. Oxfam is calling on governments for few measures to be taken. For example, introduce one-off solidarity wealth taxes and windfall taxes to end the crisis profitably. Permanently increase taxes on the richest 1%, for example, to at least 60% of their income from labor and capital, with higher tax for multi-millionaires and billionaires. Government must especially raise taxes on capital gains, which are subject to lower tax rates than other form of income. Tax the wealth of richest 1% at rates high enough to significantly reduce the number and wealth of the richest people and redistribute these resources. This includes implementing inheritance, property and land taxes as well as net wealth taxes. This is the end of the report. Please comment and tell us what you think about this inequality. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our Legacy IAS YouTube channel for more informative videos like this one. Thank you once again.